everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Beauty Passion. So look, this is part two of Kandi Speak on It. She's reacting to some of the things that went on in her blogs with her last week, and I just wanted to react to this video because she pretty much clears up a lot of things that's going on with her, Tamar, SWV, and Xscape. And I guess Todd got involved too with all the drama. So this is me reacting to part two of part one. If you haven't seen part one, make sure you go back and look at part one of my reaction. And this is part two of my reaction. So now she's about to get into the Xscape and SWV drama that's been going on.
Last week's episode, when I talked on Speak on It, and I was saying my piece about the SWV Xscape situation and about who should go first or who should be headliners and all of this type of stuff.
Okay, listen. Kandi got a lot of flack in the media and was saying her ego is taking over what it shouldn't take over. So basically, SWV and Xscape is supposed to be going on tour. So they're pretty much having a kumbaya after rehearsal, before rehearsal, and they're kind of figure out who should headline the tour. Kandi spoke up and said, we've always headlined the tours, so we should still be the headliners. SWV response was, why would y'all be the headliners when we sold more records than y'all? Kandi is doing most of the talking for Xscape, because at this point, Tasha isn't even cooperating with going on tour. So at this point, it's just Kandi, Tiny, and Tamika going on tour. So Kandi is telling them, like, it don't matter who sold most records. It matters who can sell most records at this point in time. So basically, y'all might have sold more records 20 years ago, but y'all can't sell that many records now. We are the ones that can sell more records. I agree with Kandi on that. As business-minded, Kandi is a business-minded person. It's all about making money. So why would we put y'all as the headliners when y'all are not going to sell more tickets than Xscape at this point in time? So I've seen both sides of the story, but I really agree with the way Kandi is looking at it. So she said that's the reason why they should headline, and to be honest, I agree with that. I love SWV. I went to go see them in concert last year, and they did a wonderful job, but I'm going with what Kandi say. I'm on Kandi's side. Whose side y'all on? Let me know in the comments below, but I'm going with Kandi's side on this one.
The whole world has been in an uproar all week long. And what I have to say to that is, first of all, I don't even understand why y'all said, like, my ego getting out of control, or I'm being disrespectful. When I realize is people get mad when I say stuff. But when other people say stuff, y'all don't even think nothing about it. Now,
you know why, Kandi? Because you're telling the truth. People hate when a person come out and tells the truth about stuff. People rather not hear the truth. So we know, I don't know Kandi personally, but what I feel from Kandi, and this is just my opinion, that she doesn't really have to lie about anything. And like I said, she's one of those people that agrees with things when it's not right or she was wrong about it. Like, she comes out and say, I was wrong. I respect the person that can come out and say they were wrong about something or they wasn't right about something. So that's why I respect Kandi, and I kind of believe more of what Kandi says, to be honest. But as far as social media, they don't want to listen to the person that's actually right. And what Kandi was saying was actually right. They don't want to listen to that. They rather be, like you said, with the other side and just go ahead and be on their side than to be on the right side. They rather be on the left side. And that's just the way the internet is.
SWV was clearly on the show. It's like, I sold 30 million records, bitch, blah, blah, blah. So y'all okay with them sunning us, basically.
Right.
But you're not okay with me having a calm conversation.
Right.
Saying to them, we would like to be the headliners.
Right.
This is why.
Why?
You know, it's not like I don't have.
And Kandi just didn't come out and say, blah, 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 we this, we that, we better, we that. She came out and gave facts. Kandi came out and gave facts on why she said that. It wasn't like I'm Kandi and I'm with Xscape. It was more like it was a business conversation. It didn't have no egos involved. What she was explaining, the reason why, made sense. At least to me, as being a business-minded person too, it made sense to me.
What I'm saying, and at the end of the day, if nothing else you guys can respect, you should just respect the fact that I am a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And in business, you have to speak up for yourself.
Yeah.
You have to speak up for yourself.
You have to.
Now, when my group members don't speak up, it's not that we ain't on the same page. They've already talked to me about their feelings and how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
SWV has major hits, but do they have the fan base or the following that we have?
No.
No.
A lot of
don't.
times people don't like being the bad guy.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the bad guy.
Be the bad guy, Kandi.
But I don't mind speaking up for myself, and that is my advice to anybody out there who has to do business for themselves.
Speak up for yourself.
Want to be their own business owner or whatever. You have to be.
That is so important what Kandi is saying. Not only if you're in a business world, in the real world, you need to speak up for yourself when something isn't right or isn't sitting right with you. You have to speak up to get a better understanding about it and maybe to give your point of view about it.
With people not liking what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have an issue with SWV. I've always liked SWV. It's not like I don't like SWV. If somebody went to SWV at that time and said, we want you guys to do a show with Xscape for television, but we want you guys to split your title, your co-headline, and we want you to split the equal money with them and all this other kind of stuff. SWV at that time, in the height of what they were doing, would have been like, no, we're not. They would probably been like, we'll be on the same show with them. We would do things with them, but we ain't splitting no money equal in with them.
And you know what? That makes so much sense because SWV, when they fell off, they fell off. You didn't see them on social media. They went into the real world and they barely was on social media. So that's why their following kind of died down a little bit. Xscape would bust out every now and then when they wasn't having problems. At one point, Kandi was having problems with Tamika. All of them always had problems, but they never really just died, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? They always kind of still stayed irrelevant. Even Tiny had her own show. She had her own reality show. Kandi had her own reality show. Tamika, we don't know what Tamika and Tasha was doing, but I guess they were going through problems, but they still came together when it was time to tour. So they kept their fan base alive, opposed to SWV really didn't keep their fan base alive, you know? And so that speaks a lot of things for them, which mean like we kept our name alive and y'all didn't. So why get mad at us, basically?
In their own group, Coco didn't even split equal with her own group members on the money. So for me, that says that they understand that sometimes people are at a point where they can demand more. So I don't understand why people be like, oh, Kandi, you should have been fighting for within their own group. It's no diss to them. I didn't say anything negative about them personally. Right. I was just clearly stating that where we are now with what we have to deal with these promoters and stuff, because promoters are always they don't want to give you as much percentage on the back end. They don't want to give you this. They don't want to give you that. So these are things that we've built up to, and it took us to get to this point in our career where we could demand certain things. I don't want them to be able to take this situation and be like, well, you took less fee then. Why you can't do it now? Because they do that, guys. They do that. If we take less money for this situation, they gonna come back later and be like, well, you only got it. We know what you got.
See, you see how Kandi business mind is something that would take you further. Instead of SWV thinking like, oh, they got big egos, but they didn't sell as many records as us. Kandi's mind frame isn't even on that. Her mind frame is for the future. So say we take a promoter's gonna offer us $10,000 to do a night in a club. You think the next time somebody offer them, they not gonna call that promoter up and be like, how much did Xscape take from you to do that night you did 2 years ago? And they get to talking about 10,000. You think that promoter not gonna offer them 10,000 too? Or might offer them 7. Or might offer them 11,000. That's how the business industry goes. So Kandi is saying like, I'm not going to go too far from what we usually get because of that. It's just going to be a spiral effect. If we're trying to be back in the industry and making money like we used to make it, we got to start at a higher point. Not at a lower point, a higher point. And we need to demand what we know we worth. That's what Kandi was saying. SWV mind frame wasn't even like Candace, to be honest.
I paid on this because the promoters all talk, right? So anyway, and I know y'all keep saying about this one show. For that one show, we all ended up not really getting no money for it. It was just that. But the whole conversation was being had outside of this about a full tour. I can say what I think, which is what I did. And they can always come back and say what they think. It didn't even have to be, oh, everybody getting up.
But what Candace was, I keep calling her Candace. What Kandi was saying, I'm sorry, made sense. I'm going to listen to somebody that makes sense of things. Not somebody speaking from ego, talking about how many records they sold. How are we going to be able to monetize on this now and the future? That's really what it's about. Now and the future. Not how y'all was 20 years ago. What do we do now? Because the world was a different place 20 years ago. We're right here, right now. How's it going to go? And to be honest, you need somebody in your corner like that. It just is what it is. You need somebody in your corner like that. I don't really see that energy from SWV, the energy that I see. Like their leader, I don't see their leader being anywhere close to the leader that Xscape has. And I don't want to say like she's the leader of the group. But to be honest, you do need a business-minded person in a group. You need at least one. Other than that, you might fail at a lot of different things. You might see a lot of stuff that you might not have seen had y'all not had this person that was really a golden nugget in the group.
Okay. Well, you could have easily said, well, I don't agree with that. This is how I feel that we should get this, and that. And then that's how you negotiate and come to some type of terms or agreement. But everybody got so upset. But okay. So anyway, I'll leave that on that. This week's episode, you see that we've all agreed to go ahead and co-headline. The part that I thought was weird, Tasha hadn't even spoke to us. Mm-hmm. She hadn't even talked to us. And then she up here like speaking for the group. Like, we're going to do co-headline. And it's like, yeah, okay, we cool with it because we don't want it to be an issue because we know we got to do this performance for this TV show.
Okay, so listen. At this point, they have agreed to co-headline. They came together. They agreed to co-headline. It wasn't going to be a headline. It's going to be a co-headliner. So basically, everybody's name on the flyer is going to be the same font. Because if we do the flyer, the co-headliner's name is always the biggest. So they agreed to just everybody's font be the same size. So it could look like nobody is going to be the headliner. People are just going to go on stage when whatever order that they decide, that's how they're going to come on stage. No headliner. So at this point in the show, Kandi is saying that Tasha at this point still hasn't agreed to even do the tour. So how is she gonna make any decision when she haven't even came to us and said like what's going on with her? And that's basically what Tasha's saying. I mean, Candace is saying. Kandi is saying.
But girl, you ain't even talking to us, and you over here acting like you want to make decisions. No, I didn't understand what issues she was saying that she was dealing with the group. To be clear, before we started the show, the only issue we had was the drama with Tamika and Tasha at the Vegas show where they showed y'all the text message with what her and Tamika said on the text. Now, me and Tasha really didn't have any drama. She got mad because I liked Tamika's comment in the text. But other than that, like right before the Vegas show, we had the show here in Atlanta with Mary J. Blige, and everybody was good. Like, we had totally good karma, good energy. Like, we didn't have no problems. We didn't have any issue. The only issue was that one thing that happened when she left us at the concert in Vegas. I didn't understand how she allowed this to blow up and turn into something so big, because we've had way worse arguments and it didn't do all this. So I personally still say to this day that because she knew she was doing her solo project, all of a sudden she allowed something that was small to be a bigger issue just so she could say she didn't want to deal with us. I'm standing on.
I agree with that with Kandi. When somebody wants to leave you and they don't feel comfortable telling you why they want to leave, they start to nitpick at other little things and make it a bigger thing so that could be the reason why. When in reality, she just wanted to leave the group so she can start her own solo career. That was really what the reason was, allegedly. Like, she really just want to start her own career, and she is loyal, or supposed to be loyal, to her group members, especially during this time because they're supposed to be going on tour. Like, you're not supposed to be trying to start your own nothing, because right now, Xscape is supposed to be number 1 on your list right now at this point in time. So, Kandi is making a valid point about how she feel like Tasha is just trying to search for something to nitpick at, so that will be her reason for not wanting to do things with the group, when in reality, again, she just really wants to go solo.
Okay, so this is what I wanted. To me, this didn't do nothing but prove my point. So Rocky and Tasha discussed her record deal. She was excited, as you should be when you got a new deal on the table. But she says in her conversation, when he's asking her about her dealings with us, she said that she didn't know how, like, she's glad to be in a place of peace, and, you know, how she didn't really don't know if she want to deal with us. And that's what I've been saying. She would prefer to be solo and not deal with the stuff of the group. If she has success as a solo artist.
Let me speak on that. Let me just take a deep breath, y'all. She messed up her solo career. Now, I'm not saying that Tasha has a great voice. Whatever song she sings is going to be great, because she has a great voice. But as far as the world giving her a hug and embracing her solo career, we can't get past you stealing, allegedly, the $30K from your sister. I can't swallow it. And the way I read comments online, it's a lot of people that can't swallow that. So now, instead of you just doing damage control, you're trying to go out and start a solo career and gain not sympathy, but to gain fans that embrace your solo career. But on the other hand, we can't get past this $30K that you allegedly stole from your sister. That's going to be hard to get past. And you can tell that's going to be a reason why she's not going to be successful, because now they're trying to speak out they're trying to speak out about the situation. Her and her husband, they're trying to paint a different light about what happened. But in reality, I'm going with what Tamika said, the sister. And they're trying to do damage control, but I just want to be, it's too late. The best thing for Tasha to do really is to stay on tour with Xscape, because nobody is going to support someone that they look in a light as being a scammer, evil, bogus. We don't care how long it happened. It just came, if it happened 9-10 years ago, it's just coming to us now. So we see that now because of the internet. And and this is just my opinion. The best thing for Tasha to do is to stay with Xscape, and whatever tours they get on, try to get your money that way, because it's going to be hard for her to get fans based on the narrative that just came out on a reality show. I you know, and that's just my opinion. She might be successful, but I can't see how she'll be successful with something like that following her. And that's what they're trying to correct their wrongs, and they're just really making it worse. The husband has came out with an interview. Tasha has came out with an interview. Like, they're trying to save face, but to be honest, their face is already damaged. And I don't know if they can come back from that. Maybe they can, but it's going to be real hard to come back from something like that.
She wouldn't be stunning us. And I've been saying that to y'all. Y'all just act like y'all don't get it, but whatever. In business conversations, sometimes you have to say things that are uncomfortable to other people.
Yeah.
But instead of being sneaky with it, behind the back with it, sometimes you just need to.
And to be honest, the way that Tasha is dealing with the fact of the way she's dealing with the situation of not letting the group know that she really wants to be solo, kind of like proves everybody's point about the 30K with her sister, to be honest. Like, somebody that's a real, true, and honest person should not have a problem with coming to their group members and letting them know how they feel, you know? And like I said, it is kind of like a sneaky way. Like, you still coming to meetings and acting like you really want to be here, but in reality, you really want to just go solo. So the person that we're seeing right now is not the person that it really is the one that really should be here. It should be the one saying, nah, I don't want to do this because I want to do this. I want to do that. So that kind of bags up everybody's assumptions that her and her husband allegedly did that to Tamika about the 30K. It really just bags it up. It really just exposes you. Everything on this show really exposes you. Like, I don't see a reason why yet that I can say, nah, that ain't what happened, allegedly. I can, honestly, I see it clear now, to be honest. And so when you're doing stuff like that, it's just not a good look for her at all.
Just be upfront and talk to people and just say what it is. And then you make life easier for everybody involved. Okay, so that was my thoughts on the episode. Now, can I get to what I thought about Miss Tasha and her clip that she posted?
Let's go.
Her PSA that she posted.
Let's go.
Using all of the speak on it within her video. Oh my gosh, I thought it was hilarious. If you really want to know what I thought.
Okay, so let me set it up for y'all. Tasha came out on her YouTube channel and pretty much tried to clear the air about everything that was going on. I, to be honest, felt like it was more damaging than helping, to be honest, because it was a lot of around the circles talking, not really being direct. She was attacking, I ain't gonna say attacking, but she was making comments about, you know, Kandi. Like, I just didn't like the way that she approached her response to everything. And so Kandi evidently didn't either. And so now she's about to speak on Tasha's video about everything that's been going on in the media with her.
But yes, there were some untruths in it, and I have to address it. Oh, I have to address a couple things. This is the part that I really need to give you guys clarity on. When she talked about me crying again. She said,
she must forgot when I walked in with her and Jermaine and she was crying.
She did that, right? Okay, so let me tell you the conversation of what happened. So all she does is really be confirming what I'm saying. So you guys, as I've always told you, first two albums, we as a group would go into the studio together. Yes, I did sing a lot of the leads. As she confirmed, she said, oh, I didn't say she didn't sing anything. She said, I had a problem with her singing something. So the example that she gave you was something that happened during the third album. The third album, of which I've told y'all again and again, they were using our third album to set up her solo project. So this particular day that she's speaking of, I want to let you know why I was upset. Any other time in the times that we was making hits, the first two albums, we would all come to the studio as a group. We all got the memo that we were supposed to be at the studio. We all would come sing backgrounds and do whatever, sing our parts, right? This particular day, this is a song that was being recorded for the third album. I get to the studio. First of all, they didn't even invite Tiny or Tamika to the studio to record a song that was for supposedly Xscape. They didn't even get invited to the studio. Okay? He tells me to come to the studio. When I get to the studio, the song has already been recorded.
Baby, Kandi dropping receipts, y'all. Kandi is dropping receipts, baby. Ooh.
Tasha had sang the whole song and had already had backgrounds, everything done. The song was done. It was a Tasha song. Okay? And he wanted to put my backgrounds on the song so that he could make it sound like an Xscape record. To be clear, in the past, on our first couple of albums, they used to always put my background vocals louder than everybody else because regardless of how y'all feel about my voice is distinctive.
Yeah.
And he felt like, and the engineer, all of them, they felt like when people heard my voice, you could tell that it was an Xscape record. Similar to how...
You know what she's saying? That sounds so much true. Like, if I was just to hear Tasha's voice on the radio or on the song, I'm not going to automatically think it's an Xscape song. I'm going to be like, oh, so Tasha then went solo. If I don't hear Tamika, Tiny, and to be honest, if I don't hear Kandi, and what she's saying is so true because when they went on tour without Kandi, nobody really, I ain't going to say they ain't do good, but why we going to see Xscape without Kandi? They needed Kandi. Her voice brings Xscape together. So if you hear a song with just Tasha on there, even if Tiny isn't on there, Kandi got to be on there for me to say, oh, this is an Xscape song, but just with Kandi and Tasha. So what she's saying is so true. So they knew that. So instead of just saying all of them can come through, we just going to get Kandi to come through because now that'll make people think that this is an Xscape song. That do make a lot of sense what she's saying.
Oh, you know, and Slim and 112, everybody in 112 can sing, but Slim sang on a lot of songs because his voice is very unique and distinctive.
And what she's saying is so true. 112 was not 112 without Slim's voice. Because it's like if you don't hear this certain sound, it's not them. So if they made a song without Slim, we're not going to say it's 112 until we hear Slim's voice. So Kandi is saying the same thing. Without hearing my voice on the song, you're not going to think it's Xscape.
It's not about him singing better than anybody else in 112. It's just he had a distinctive tone, right? Similar to the same thing in our group. I have a distinctive tone. So anyway, bringing you back to, he invited just me, not my other group members, to come in to add my backgrounds to a song that Tasha had already completed. But we were recording our third album, but it was already agreed upon that she was going solo on So Deaf after our third album was done. And so that's why I say to you guys all the time, they were using our third album to set up her solo project. Wow. In what world should my other group members have not been invited?
No world. They was doing some
session. So to be clear,
they was doing some grimy, behind the back stuff. And instead of getting everybody involved, we gonna get Kandi involved. And then we gonna hope for the best.
I didn't have a problem with Tasha. As she said, when she walked in, I spoke to her. I had a problem with our producer, our label head. So I was addressing him, and it became an argument because he's like, Kandi, you tripping, da da da. And I'm like, how the fuck you not gonna invite Tiny and Tamika to the session, but you just gonna call me to add backgrounds to a song y'all already finished? No. That is a Tasha song. No. So yes, y'all know how I am when I be arguing,
And you know what? Kandi is loyal to her group. So you're not going to call me in without my other two sisters. I'm not about to record no video, or I'm not about to record no song without my other group members. So in this point, the only person that's really loyal to the group between her and Tasha is Kandi. Because she looking at Tasha like, how did you even do a song without the rest of us? So now I'm looking at you sideways because, baby, what's going on, Shawty? What you over here doing? How you recording a song without us? So that right there started a lot of shade, too. Like, if you never thought she was shady, this made her look shady.
I'm upset or I'm passionate. My eyes tear up or whatever. So yeah, she did walk in on me and Jermaine arguing about a song that she was singing solo on, but you got to put it in context. Don't just tell people I'm mad because you singing solo. Right. I'm mad because y'all did not invite our entire group to be a part of a song that was supposed to be for Xscape. Right. And they did that on a couple of songs on that album. So, I just wanted to put that out there. So when you saying, I'm upset with you about you singing a solo, you know why, so you can be clear. I did not shade you. I did not, yell at you. I was having that debate with our producer, which is he's the person I was supposed to have an issue with. Right. I would think, right? Okay.
And her
It doesn't matter what happens. She always makes me her villain. It's like, I'm her villain. No matter what time period you put it in back in the day.
You know why? She wished that she could be as transparent as you. People that know they can't be as transparent and as open and as honest, they look at people that are and wish they are. They wish they were you. So somebody that knows that they're a liar, they're dishonest, they look at honest people and wish that they were you. And this is just my thought of why her and Tasha always beef. Is because she envies the fact that you can be still authentic and still be loved. Me, on the other hand, I gotta have a different face. I can't be as honest as you. And that will make a person envy you when they can't be you.
You put it into these days, she's always making it that I am her problem in her life. When, in all honesty, in these last few years, I felt like we had come to a place of an understanding. Like, no, me and her don't have a tight relationship like I do with my other group members. But we can work together. We can go do shows together and be cordial. Like, we don't have, I ain't had no problem with her. We ain't been having arguments. We ain't been beefing. So I cannot understand why she still makes me the problem.
That's why.
In her life.
That's why.
Like, girl, fix your issues with your sister right now. Yeah. Fix your issues with your family. Yeah. That is where your real issue. I ain't never went out publicly and said some of the real slimy things I felt that your husband and you've done. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't did that publicly. Now, one of the things I will have to address, because it's going to come on the show in a couple of episodes, but as of yet, I ain't cleared the air about certain things. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna keep looking over here because Jamie over here, okay, y'all. I didn't
'Cause we
ever
like,
do that.
what?
So it's you and your sister have been doing that. Like, so stop it.
Jamie is her good friend. For y'all that don't know, she was on Housewives. She was introduced to us numerous amounts of times as her friend, and they were like, Jamie was even a little bit of blogs about some things going on a couple years ago with her and Ty, and that came out to be not true at all. And so that's who Jamie is.
Stop making me your problem. Now, here's the other issue I had with her video. So, people have been, making jokes about my voice, which whatever. I don't really care. But Tasha actually made a joke about my voice in her video, in her speak on it.
But they needed you to sing on her song on the Xscape album.
No. No, this is the part that is like really corny of her to me. You are trying to clown a person's voice whose voice is leading on half the hits that is your claim to fame. The biggest hit that you've ever been on, which is Just Kicking It, is the voice that you've been clowning, or that you're clowning in your video. I'm cool.
Talk
I
about
can go
it.
back and forth with other people about, or I don't even go back and forth with them really, but other people can try to make jokes about my voice or whatever. But me and you are in a group together.
Right.
We supposed to make money together. We
Right.
supposed to hit the stage together. You've been hearing my voice all
Forever.
these years as
Yeah.
you making money off of it.
Mhm.
Right? But you on your video trying to make jokes about my voice.
Woo!
The same voice who has accomplished more than you with your amazing voice that you tried.
Oh, wee. Kandi. Let me throw some water on you, child. Let me throw some water on you. Woo, Kandi is going at it. She said, how you going to talk about my voice? And my voice is what made you money. Not your voice. Your voice ain't make me money. My voice is the ones that was the lead on our most popular songs. Woo-wee.
To put out there that you have. Like, I've been on other hits that's bigger than you.
Ooh.
I mean, and honestly, and I know y'all be trying to say it's an ego thing. I only bring up accomplishments when I have to feel.
Listen, I feel a certain way when a person has an ego that don't have the credentials to back it up. Kandi should have an ego. She should be able to flex her accomplishments because she worked hard on her accomplishments. What's wrong with flexing her accomplishments? Everybody online talking about Kandi ego, this Kandi. Kandi should have an ego. Kandi been working since a teenager. She's still working. She is rich. Y'all should be asking her how. Not saying she got an ego. She even went on a Masked Singer and won. Do you know how hard it is to win a Masked Singer? She won the Masked Singer. Not runner-up, won. Kandi should have an ego. She should have an ego. Because sometimes you do have to flex your ego on people for them to know who they talking to. Anytime I got to flex my ego, I flex it. Because I've been working hard to accomplish some goals in my life. So if I got to flex my ego on you, I'm going to flex my ego on you, and then I'm going to be quiet and go out the door. And I'm going to be like, Google that. So I feel good that she's able to flex her ego. Talk your shit. Because you deserve it.
Like I'm defending myself. Let's be clear. I've already had a #1 Billboard gospel scene.
Flex it.
Kandi. I'm post up this picture
Flexing.
so you can see me, not Xscape. I have had a #1, Stay Prayed Up was #1 on the gospel, on Billboard's gospel chart when it came out. Yes. My voice. I've had a #1 gospel song.
Yeah.
Something that right now is what you are
trying to get to.
Trying to do.
Yeah.
Me and my voice that you tried to claim. We are in a group together, sis. I don't clown my group members' voices. I don't clown when they mess up.
Right.
We have plenty of arguments. We fall out all the time. But it's like you is trying to join on the bandwagon of other people and clowning.
So that goes back to how Tasha is trying to save her face, but all of when the receipts come out, it looked like the person that they're painting. I'm just being honest. At first, I was against them being against Tasha because I love Xscape and I didn't want them to break up. But to be honest, now that the receipts are being brought out, Tasha is looking like what they're saying. You know? Also, if you turn your back on your group members who have made you money, have put money in your pocket and got you to being the name, the household name that you are, why wouldn't you do that to, I'm being honest, why wouldn't you do that to your family? Because your group members, you known them as long as you probably know your family probably. So if you do them this way, you might do your family the same way, to be honest.
Your group member that goes on stage with you and make money with you. Well, who they do that at? You clowning me, you clowning yourself. That's what you're doing. It's stupid for you to do that. And then on top of that, yeah, people been clowning me, but lately they've been clowning you too. For singing them same tide runs you've been singing since 1993.
Damn.
What's the name? My body's just for you.
I need you to play that clip that people been. I'm going to give it to you. They been clowning you too. But have I been trying to go online like, oh, she's saying them same time runs? It's not like I never thought it. It's not like I never thought it. I would have never said that. But since you want to go and throwing mud at each other, that is so stupid to me. And, you know, I feel like we should keep our stuff to the facts or the drama, but your opinion or trying to laugh, you laughing. And all of these people who want to make jokes about my voice, who all of y'all sing so great and y'all sing so amazing, but haven't caught no headline without me.
Say it. Say it, Kandi.
For months or years, I don't know.
Not
Catch
years.
A headline without me.
Catch a head.
Please. Yeah.
Hey, it's that catch a headline without me. Catch a headline without me. Say it, Kandi. Say it.
I just don't think that's godly. Y'all please get her album when it comes out on Good Friday.
Ain't nobody
it's called Conversations with God.
Oh.
I'm like, her conversations with God must only be about me. Because those are the conversations you're having with everybody. It's only about me. I mean, I need her album to blow up so she can be at peace and she ain't gotta mess with us no more.
Hey. I mean, we know Kandi is being sarcastic, but the fact that she's still saying for y'all she's still low-key promoting Tasha, even after all the stuff she's saying and what she's going through in the media or whatever, it really tells how a person's heart is. Because even though we might think she's being sarcastic, the fact that she even said it actually is good. She's not saying don't buy her album. She said y'all go out and get her album, but she's saying go get her album so she can leave y'all alone, them alone.
Because God knows I don't want to sing with her no more. God knows I don't. I'm tired of the back and forth. I'm tired of being...
She said she don't want to sing with her no more. That's so sad. That hurt my heart when Kandi just said that. She said she don't want to sing with her no more. And you know what, to be honest, when you're in a group, you got to want to sing with the other girls because it's a passion of yours. So energy always tells when a person don't want to be next to you. We seen it all at the Soul Train Awards, really. They tried to cover it up, but it was just really evident. Even though they try to come out and say, no, that ain't how we feeling, and they try to cover it up, it was just right there plain and day. And that's sad that Kandi don't want to sing with her no more. That's sad.
Her villain in her story. I am tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of the truth being changed. There's so much to this, guys. Even still, she's still trying to make it be like
Kandi said that we had to pay her or she wasn't doing the shows no more.
you always trying to make it me.
Okay, y'all. So I'm going to stop the reaction video here. It was a great video by Kandi. She hit all angles. It's from her point of view. And she's just basically letting us know what really happened and why it happened. It went on. She basically hit a lot of good things, to be honest. How you feel about it? Let me know how you feel about Kandi's speak on it, addressing some things that's going on in the group and the blogs and the media. Let me know how you feel about it. I'm glad that Kandi got up here and cleared it because, to be honest, people never really tell the whole truth. And I feel like social media is good and bad because you can get up here and kind of say your side of the story instead of just letting the narrative run on and on and on and it don't be true. So I like when celebrities like tell us their side of the story so we can understand what's going on instead of just keeping us in the dark. All right, let me know how you feel about Kandi. Speak on it in the comments below. I'm gonna meet you down there. Let's go. Hecky now, Joe. It's Beauty Passion, and I'm out.